One of the great things about dough is you can do so much with it. And one particular thing you can do with it is something we all love. Pizza! I am obsessed with bread. There's nothing quite like getting that perfect loaf. And pizza's actually surprisingly easy to make. For the dough, you'll need 300 grams of flour, 50 grams of polenta. You don't have to use that, but it does make a crispy base. 50 ml of olive oil, 7 grams of easy bake yeast, 5 grams of salt, and 250 ml of water. For your sauce that goes on top of the base, you'll need 1 can of tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of mustard, 2 garlic cloves, an onion, and a selection of herbs, oregano, thyme, and rosemary. I've got them from the garden. You can use dried herbs at home, that's absolutely fine. To make the dough, it's very simple. It's a case of combining all these ingredients. So put your flour in a bowl, add your polenta, add your olive oil, add your easy bake yeast. Now the olive oil in here adds an extra crispiness to the base, so it's worth putting in, don't forget that one. Some salt, and your water. Boom. Give that a good mix around. Oh, lovely yellowy colour because of the polenta. A belle. Put some good work into this. Probably 10-15 minutes, maybe a bit more. It might not feel quite as smooth as you expect because the polenta is a bit grainy. Don't worry about that being the case. But now, don't panic, it feels like a ball of rubber. Golacho! I don't really know what that means, I don't watch football, I'm a rugby man. That's looking pretty good now. Take the last remnants of some of your oil, grab yourself a bowl, and we'll leave this for its first proof. Half an hour to 45 minutes to do its thing. Right, next is to make the sauce to go on top of your pizza. It's really, really simple. Take your onion, chop it up fine. Whew. Oh, wow. Okay, these are powerful. All these ingredients, when they're in there, will have a lot of moisture, and we're going to try and reduce that into a paste to go on top of our pizza. So frying pan's the way forward. Chop your garlic, nice little tip on garlic, give it a smash like that, skin comes right off. That'll do the job. Hot. I'm going to put a drizzle of oil in here, and in go your onions. Spoon, always useful. You don't want your onions to go brown, you just want to sweat them down. Take yourself a good pinch of salt, whack it over the top. Technically speaking, what you're doing there is raising the osmotic potential of the onions. So what I'll do is I'll do that wonderful translucent sweated thing. Crikey, these are strong. Sweat them down for about 3 or 4 minutes. Once they start looking a little translucent, add your garlic. Now, you don't want to add the garlic too early, because if you do, then it will burn and it will create like a bitter taste, and that's the last thing you want in your pizza. Couple of minutes. At this point, I like to add a little bit of rosemary. Boil off the stem. Like I said, you can use dried, it's fine. Some thyme. So put some oregano in. Give that a stir in. It smells like one of those evenings in Italy with a nice glass of Italian wine, and smell the herbs you've been standing on the path on your way up to the villa. See that? Coming together nicely now. Translucent, full of herbs. Oh, smells amazing. Now I'm using tinned tomatoes because loads of us have got that in the cupboard, but you can use fresh tomatoes as well. So whack those in. The smallest touch, maybe a teaspoon of tomato puree. Going mad. What's with that lid? Going mad. Add to the seasoning, small touch of ground black pepper. Right, as that starts to reduce down, you want the oils and the liquids to combine, so you need something called an emulsifying agent. Mustard, 1 teaspoon of. Whack it in, turn the heat up a little bit, and let it bubble away.
It's a nice place to shut up your pipe.
That's been reducing now for about 15 minutes. And as you can see, it's lovely and sticky. What's really good about this sauce is you can make a big batch of it. Whack it in a box or a bag and stick it in the freezer. Get it out next time. Even better, put it in separate bags. And every time you have a pizza, just get the sauce out, defrost it, put it on your pizza. When we come back to our dough. Pizza dough's looking good. It's doubled in size. Turn out your dough onto the table. You want to knock it back a little bit. Get your mind out of the gutter. Now this is enough dough for at least a couple of big pizzas. Probably make 4 smaller pizzas out of it if you wanted to. Start to push the corners of the dough out there. Give it a stretch. Maybe whack it out a little bit. Whee. Ready? Here we go. Whee. It's a good idea to get you rolling in. Just give it a little bit of a roll out. Because that'll even out the depth of the dough. Just makes it slightly easier. You don't have to do it. It's going to look very pizza basey. Get yourself a baking tray. Add your polenta to the baking tray. And just whack your dough on top. An authentic pizza base. And it'll rock, believe me. So that'll keep rising and it'll get more puffy. Your sauce is ready over here and cooling down, so that's perfect. The next thing is to get the ingredients that you want to put on your pizza. Now this can be anything you want. It can be peppers, it can be olives, it can be anchovies, it can be spinach, it can be ricotta, it can be all kinds of lovely deliciousness. Or just maybe a margherita if that's your thing. I've got cheese, of course. I've got cheddar, I've got a red cheese, and I've got a mozzarella. I'm going to put some onion rings on the top of it. And I've got pepper and salty goodness anchovies. Some people hate these things, some people love them. I'm one of those who love them. Cut it straight across the pepper and you'll end up with rings of pepper. Look beautiful on a pizza. Our onion, about that sort of thickness. Take your base, take a good helping of your sauce. Okay, don't overload it though, because if you put too much of this sauce on, the base goes all wet in the oven. It's really important to put it right out to the edges. Okay, that's enough. That should be perfect. Then, whack on some of your cheese. Then some different coloured cheese. Onion rings, spread evenly over the top. Then, our peppers. Looking pretty. The anchovies. Now you don't want to do too many of these because they are quite salty. Don't scrimp with mozzarella. Place it all over the top. When this heats up, it's going to go all stretchy. There we go. One pizza ready for the oven. Preheat your oven to the max and whack your pizza in for about 12 to 15 minutes. Keep your eye on it so it doesn't go too dark. Straight out of the oven, beautifully crisp, tasty, easy pizza. Little bit of chopped oregano on the top like that. I like a little bit of spinach from the garden. Touch of black pepper and olive oil, good olive oil. Drizzled over the top. There we have it. You can have anything on your pizza. It's easy peasy, tasty, delicious and fantastic for an evening meal. Yummy.